So today I'll start with one of my favorite characters. Um, one of my favorite characters to write. That is, looks the same and essentially means the same thing in both Chinese and Japanese. Right here. And I don't have any formal training in calligraphy, but I try to learn stroke orders and making things look as good as possible. But the most important part is generally that each stroke is clear and proportional for the most part. So this is the character Han. In Japanese, the character is read Samui. And the E at the end, the I at the end. Wait, no, the E. The E at the end there is separate. So when you'd write it in Japanese, it would, to write the character Samui, it would look like Samui. No, Samui and then E out there. That's a E adjective, an E kyoshi. So let's get started. We can separate this character into 4 components that I'll break down top to bottom. The first part is the top of this character, which you might recognize from the character for family or house. The Japanese reading of that one would be, ye, or in Chinese, jia. And so this top here of that character essentially can mean house or roof. The next part of our character is these two little radicals that are actually bunched together. It's 2 grass radicals when you take it apart. And you can see that in the character for grass, which in Chinese you read cao with the 3rd tone, and in Japanese you would read that kusa. Next, in our character is actually, it's kind of spread apart, but when you bring together, let me write this character again so we can keep looking at it. This component here, when you bring these 2 strokes together, you get one of our first kanji, hito, or nin, or jin. In Chinese, we read that one, and which is 2nd tone, and that means person. And last, we have those 2 little dots, and commonly you'll see these 2 dots as a radical on the left side of some characters, and that second dot will usually look like an uptick, and you'll see that in the Chinese character for ice, bing, which means ice. Oh, I already said that. But in Japanese it doesn't quite look the same because they just use one of the dots. Oops, that was wrong. However, there's another Japanese variation of that character, kori, of this character, kori, where you also will see it with the 2 dots. And then higashi. But more commonly in Japanese, they'll use this one. You see simplifications here and there. So let's take that original character and write it one more time, keeping in mind all of these components: the roof, the grass, the person, and the ice. And when we put these all together, we can almost see a little picture, which I'll draw right here. So we have a little house, and inside it lives a person, and outside it's very icy, very cold in the winter. And so to keep his house warm, he insulates the roof with grass. And so we get the character Han, or Samui.